Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm back here again with another My Team Journey video for you guys, man. We've been a few days off of the journey. I actually just kind of the way I like to kind of do these is just really to kind of get enough things to talk about. It's kind of why I haven't been doing it daily. It's just not much that I can really do in a day that I would need to drop another video for you guys. So I'm saying these are a little bit spaced out. I'm kind of liking the way these are going, but we are back, of course, with another My Team Journey video for you guys, man. So hey, look, this one's going to be a little different, man. A little bit of a different video. Just simply because I don't even think I really have any gameplay to show. I have not even a lot, but I just kind of want to talk in this video because there's just some things that's going on, and I feel like I have to talk about it because it plays into the journey. It plays into my journey, and it's just kind of some things that's going on with the game, man. So this is going to be a kind of video like this, but before we kind of go ahead and get into a little bit more of a, I guess I would say, worrisome topic, let's go ahead and catch up on where we are. So of course, like in the last video, we talked about Jason Tatum coming home, and we did actually talk about price changes and stuff. Okay, so let's actually kind of go into that because we did definitely bring Jason Tatum home. Now, the one thing I do want to say is that we were expecting the price drops. I kind of told you all about the price drop situation. And that's the reason why I didn't lock Jason Tatum in that exact day. But as you can see here, you see Tatum is home, he's locked in. But guys, we got the price drop and it didn't really change anything. That Bogut was 140K. If 5% off all the cards came down, it wasn't what we were really expecting in terms of a price drop, man. So I locked Tatum in. Like I said, I think the difference was about 3K MT from when I waited to when I locked them in. So I don't know, it was just bothersome, man. But we did go ahead and get Tatum home. Let's just go ahead and kind of take a look at the team, because like I said, I haven't really been playing much of these other modes. I was playing some salary cap and stuff, but let's take a look at the team, see what we've kind of done with the team here so far. So a few things we do need to go ahead and talk about, man. I did bring Hakeem Olajuwon home. Of course, my favorite center all time. Definitely did bring Hakeem home. I bought him outright. It was just time for him to come home. Okay, you see the Tatum there. You see Tatum now. There's a different, two different people that we're showing here. It's Draymond Green here and Clyde Drexler. Okay, so let's just kind of talk about them a little bit. You can see him in the player market here, but I did do this over the weekend, so I grinded this out fully. So I didn't pay anything for any of this. I locked in my Draymond. Now, it kind of brings us to the next point. I had Draymond, and I was really thinking wow, I have this Draymond, and he has a duo with Steph that makes him just way better. And if I want to use it, I kind of should get the best out of him. So I started contemplating, should we go ahead and get this Steph? So I decided to do something a little crazy, I guess you may say, man. So as you can see up here on the screen, I am about to buy a 10 box, and I only had 219K MT left, man. So I went ahead, I dove into this 10 box. So we're just going to kind of talk through this and see how it is. So as you can see, the first pack, I go ahead and get Novak, okay? Which is okay. It's cards for the set. All of these packs were deluxe. So it at least helped that I'm getting cards from the set if I'm going to do this Steph situation. So as you can see, another Novak did hit there. And then of course, just keep in mind that I already did buy Hakeem. Okay, so Hakeem was one of the bigger puzzle pieces that were in the way. I was able to go ahead and get him out the way. And as you can see, I get a Ray Allen here. So of course, good. It's more cards. So bam, pack 5, man. We pull an Ammy. And at this point, I'm like, okay, now we're really considering what we can do here, man. Now pulling another Ammy. And of course, it's not even a duplicate Hakeem. It is Drazen. Okay, so another 140K. that I didn't have to really worry about. And this really helped because if you remember, the 10 box was, I think, 199K or whatever the case is, whatever it was. But I pulled 140K and now I'm getting additional emeralds that just help to go towards that set. So as you can see here now, I do clutch up a Ruby Chris Mullin, which does help. That 70K, of course, that I didn't have to spend. So just literally between the Amethyst and the Ruby that I pulled, not even counting the emeralds, we're already coming up big off of off of this 10 box, you know. So I do get another Novak. I'm getting duplicates here. I'm like, please just give me one more thing that can help out, man. So I go ahead, last pack of 10, bam, we land a Latrell Sprewell. Okay, so listen, pretty successful 10 box, if I could say so myself. And then if I actually come into the into that set here to think about what, you know, what's going on with Steph here. So he is a season 1, the cooking set. So this is kind of where we're looking at. Like I said, we pulled Drazen, we pulled Chris, we pulled Trail, and then we pulled these emeralds. Okay, now Brook Lopez, as you can see, this unsellable Brook Lopez was actually from the challenge pack. And that's what kind of really got me going, because I did the challenge the first thing in the morning, and I pulled Brook. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm buying Hakeem. I was like, let me just open this 10 box, man, because if I can get closer to the stuff, why not? So, man, look, this kind of sequence really helped me to put it in perspective. And I mean, as you can see, I've just been grinding. Okay, so I have 161k MT. So at this point I can buy Zion, and then I just need the remaining players. So I think it's about 40k more MT, give or take, like a little bit over 40k that I have to grind, and I'm just playing a game for it. And at that point, man, I think that I'm just gonna go ahead and lock in Diamond Steph. Okay, now that was really the big thing for the weekend. Like I said, we got a free Draymond, we got a free Clyde. The 10 box kind of helped out to the point where, hey, look, we can get this Diamond Curry, who I would personally like because I think he's gonna work for me a little bit better than Kyrie. But I definitely just want Steph. He's always one of my favorite players, so we definitely are very much considering it. Now, we can talk about a little bit of something a little more touchy, because I was thinking about locking Steph, and then we got this notification that we have a Diamond Kevin Durant coming up, man. So look, the Diamond Kevin Durant is basically a part of what you see of this perfect art, perfect build, whatever promo. But this is kind of what I want to talk about. Okay, so the way that this is set up, you are able to get a ruby and a sapphire from the agendas. Okay, but this is the Shaq type of set. Okay, so there's gonna be 5 of these sets that leads up to the Diamond KD. Now, if we look at the discounted VC option price, it's 156k VC. Okay, let's just take a quick look at what the sets were for Shaq. They're 101k, so these are just more expensive. I did the math. Shaq came out to around 600 or so k VC, which I think was still like $150. Now, if you look at if everything stays the same for 5 sets, if you did the discounted option, KD would be 780k VC. Like 780k VC, guys. And like, let's just look at what this is. Like 700k is already $150. So you're looking at, I mean, after tax, probably $180 for Kevin Durant. It's simply just not happening for me, man. And then if you really look at it, even if you grind the agenda, so like say you grind the ruby and the sapphire and it's the same, and you do that for the 5 sets, MT wise, KD is still going to be 1.1 million MT to lock in the rest of this stuff, which is just absolutely crazy to me, man. Like, there was, you know, some talks about players being a little more accessible this year, and I mean, like I said, my account is pretty good. I mean, I've been able to get Scotty, I've been able to get AD, you know, I've been able to get Kemp, you know, just playing the game. I've been able to get a lot of cards, but I mean, I got lucky here on this Steph situation, because I guess if I really didn't pull that Amethyst, grinding all of that MT, which is still more doable, for sure. It's definitely still more doable than what you see with this KD and Shaq. But it's just kind of bothersome, because if you just look at it, look at a lot of these cards. Okay, I know Derrick Rose is great. It didn't work for me personally, but Derrick Rose is great, Scotty's great. But just look at this. So T-Max behind a lock-in, Ben Wallace is behind a lock-in, Dirk is behind a lock-in, Devin Booker was behind a lock-in, Jason Tatum behind a lock-in, Klay Thompson behind a lock-in, Damian Lillard behind a lock-in, Shaq behind a mega lock-in, Grant Hill, people love Grant Hill in 2K every year, behind a lock-in, Kemp behind a lock-in. If you didn't do Draymond over the weekend, which was kind of wild, it went away, you had to pay for these cards. Draymond behind a lock-in, Steph behind a lock-in, even Larry Bird technically behind a lock-in, KD behind a lock-in. All of the really desirable cards that people are wanting are just behind lock-ins, which is wild considering we have a 60% tax on these cards as soon as you buy it. So if I bought this Zion immediately, I can base sell him back for 56K, or I can risk going in to grade him to get more MT. But if that doesn't work, then you almost risk losing MT if you don't get a good grade right off the top. Like, it's really asking. And I thought I am a fan of this player market, but with the way that this is going, it does not look like it's going to be pretty. Okay, I just don't agree with $100 for $180 for KD, which just last week it was $100 for Steph, and then just right before that was $150 for Shaq. Like, guys, it's expensive. Okay, and the worst part is, like I said, the best players that people are wanting, the Currys, the KDs, the T-Macs, which I'm actually okay with the way that this T-Mac set is. Like, I'm a little bit okay with that. And they made this a lot more friendly because they gave the option packs through the agendas to get most of these cards. You had 2 chances at deluxe packs. And then, you know, maybe if you have some MT, you can buy the rest. Like, remember, I was at a point where I could have finished this set off when I still had Rose for about 120K. Additional MT, which is fine. I could have locked in T-Mac, but like, it's just crazy that you just can't come in and just get a T-Mac for 140K. I don't know. It's kind of weird what's going on in my team right now. It's very expensive. And it's why I personally I've been very cautious with, how I've approached this mode. Like I said, I spent, $20 on a half pass. I spent $30 additional dollars, which was literally just really to make my player build. And since then I haven't did anything because I've been worried that this is going to get out of hand. Like I said, I was waiting on something that may incline me to, but guys, $180. I know that you're getting all of these players, you're getting like 5 lock-ins and KD, but if I just want KD, I'm not spending $180. So it's just really crazy what's kind of transpiring here in my team. And it doesn't seem to be getting any better. So I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe, feedback gets to them and they kind of see it and maybe something changes. But again, I understand they were trying to make money. So it really may just be is what it is. You may just have to live with it. For me, like I said, every single 2K, I'm able to get a Kevin Durant, usually every single Kevin Durant. This year, I'm not even getting the first promo one that comes out because it's way too expensive. I'm not going to do it. So I don't know, man. That's kind of really all that I even want to talk about in this journey video. I don't even want to talk about any gameplay or nothing like that. It's just because this is really important. Okay. Now, tomorrow we are getting a grind. Okay. If you win 15 triple threat online games in a row, you get a Diamond Chris Bosh, which that's cool and all. I don't want to downplay that. That's really cool. And maybe just personally for me, because it came also with the news of this whole Kevin Durant situation, I kind of can't even get that excited about it. But all in all, it's something else to do, something a little bit competitive, and it's a free diamond that's grindable. But this market is just scary to say the least. So I don't want to keep rambling. Like I said, I'm just gonna leave it there, man. That's really all for the journey. The journey's been impacted very well. I thought that we would be getting a Kevin Durant very soon, but we got one, but it's just not gonna be on this account because I just refuse to pay that amount of money for that card this early. Considering it's gonna be another pink diamond, an opal, a dark matter, it's just not happening. So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully they kind of reassess what they're doing with this mode. Hopefully it gets a little bit better, but hey man, until next time. Well, before that, like I said, let me know what you all think down in the comments about, what's going on. I don't hate the mode. I don't hate it. I just don't particularly like how heavily monetized it is, because you lock in these cards, you can't get the MT back, 60% tax. I don't know. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. But let me know what you all think down in the comments. Like I said, a different bit of a journey. It's more of a ramble than a rant, but I felt like it just needed to be talked about because, like I said, it impacts the journey here. So hey, look, if you're new to the channel, again, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. But until next time, y'all, and hopefully with better news, we're out.